Welcome to the Zone. Tonight we're at the Salvation Army. Yeah, Army. Did you hear that?
Harmony.
No, it's the Army. From my good friend James Labby over there. And we're going to talk with the people that are putting on A Midsummers
Night Dream.
Night Dream.
Yeah.
See, you know, I'm not a great Shakespearean.
You don't have to be to enjoy this one.
Okay. See, how did you become interested in Shakespeare?
Well, I graduated Malden High School in 1985, and I know I'm dating myself now, but I was a member of Green Room at the time, and John O'Brien was the theater arts teacher, and that's where I first got interested in theater. And of course, once you do more and more theater, you start getting exposed to more and more shows. And eventually, I was exposed to Shakespeare, and I got the bug. We did production of Midsummer Night's Dream back in 1992 around in Malden. And some of the same folks who were involved with that are involved in this one, which is wonderful. It comes full circle. And that's kind of where I got the bug.
Okay, first, Jay Leno wouldn't let me off with this one. I forgot to introduce you.
Oh, okay.
Introduce yourself.
I'm Brian Schreiber. I'm a member of the board of Oak Grove Improvement Association, and I'm directing Midsummer Night's Dream for Malden Shakespeare Project.
Okay, now so that you don't feel bad, I graduated Medford High School in 1960. Okay?
Well, geez,
So now we're on the same level.
Now I do feel bad, because you look better than I do.
Everybody says that to me. You know, I try to do stuff like I did when I was 20, but I paid the price for it afterwards. Okay, so let's talk about the Oak Grove Improvement.
Yep, Improvement Association.
Yeah.
They've been around since 1897. They're the oldest nonprofit in Malden, and they're the ones responsible for a lot of the landscaping around the Oak Grove community building, and they do a lot of other events in Malden. They helped Malden Reeds get started. They do the Harvest Moon Festival every single year, which it's going to be again this year in September on the 15th. And they helped, because I joined the board and I've been working with them, I came to them with the idea of doing Shakespeare in the Park in Malden, and they were really receptive about it, and they've been nothing but supportive.
When you say park, which park are we speaking of?
We're talking about 4 different parks. This is a little bigger than just one park.
Yes.
We're going to be performing on, these are all Saturdays in July. The first one's going to be at Lincoln Commons on July 7th. Then we'll be over at Bell Rock Park on July 14th, Cotamore Lee Park over on July 21st, and July 28th we'll wrap it up at Fellsmere Pond.
Well, that's quite a little tour for you guys.
Yeah, and the whole set was built to be transportable. The actors are ready to play on the grass anywhere we go.
Speaking of actors, how many actors are there in this play?
We have 25 plus actors. I don't know exactly because it's kind of hard to keep track of all the folks playing fairies because they flit in and out. But we have quite a few, and they're from Malden, from Medford, greater Boston area, but a lot of them are from Malden. A lot of them are from Malden.
I see, and they all take different roles. Some are understudies, I'd imagine?
We actually don't have any understudies.
You mean all these people will be in and on the stage off and on all at one time?
Exactly.
Well, that's quite a production.
It is, and we've got kids as young as 4, and we've got folks all the way up to age 69. And they're playing all sorts of roles. It's terrific.
Okay. Now, I got to ask you this, because the only production I've seen of this was in the comedy. So when they got a fairy up on a rope.
Yep.
Do you have that?
No, we don't have them flying around. We don't have anywhere to hang them from. But
you know, and that was always the big comical thing, when it gets hung up and they leave them there for the night.
Right. No, we don't have that. But you know, the central premise of the show is it's supposed to take place in ancient Greece near Athens, and there are 2 couples who are in love with each other, and you know, but 2 of the guys want one of the girls, and one of the girls doesn't have any of the guys chasing her. And they end up trying to escape into the woods, and then the king and queen of the fairies come out and start playing games with them. And at the same time, the queen of the fairies ends up falling in love with a workman from around Athens named Nick Bottom, and she falls in love with him as he's transformed into a donkey-headed man. So it's this complete Shakespearean fantasy, off the cuff, but it's a lot of fun.
Geez, you're getting me involved in the Shakespearean thing. Now, what about you out there? Go see these. I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah. And you know something, if folks want to come down, they should bring some insect repellent and a blanket and a chair. We're going to have food trucks at a couple of the performances.
There will be refreshments.
Yeah, at a couple of them. Specifically right now on the July 7th and July 21st. We'll have a food truck there. It's going to be David Stein from Go Fish.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I did a show with him.
Yeah, he's very good.
That was 20 years ago.
Yeah, he's still at it. And
I know.
He's only gotten better.
Yes,
So-
I'd imagine it. And, you know, he really did a great tuna thing.
Yeah, yeah.
He must have really loved to do fish, because on the show that we did, he did a nice grilled tuna for his wife.
That sounds good. You're making me hungry.
I know. I always do that to people on my show.
And we'll have to go out and get something to eat
Yeah.
after this.
So now, does it cost any money to
No,
come to these?
it's absolutely free. Curtain time's at 5:30, and the show is timed to sort of coincide with sunset, so it'll be a really nice ending to the show.
That's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of fun for the whole family.
In the film here, we call that the golden hour,
Yeah,
because that's when you get the perfect
perfect light.
light for your video.
Exactly. Yeah, and it'll look really pretty out in the parks. And oh, another thing, the show is set in the 1980s. So we've got 1980s costuming, music, that
Wow,
sort of
how
thing.
old was Shakespeare?
He's kind of timeless.
Oh, this is like a.
Yeah, I wouldn't do this with too many of the shows. Like, for instance, Julius Caesar, because that's supposed to be more of a historical piece. I would probably use more traditional costuming for
Yeah.
that. But because this show is easily adaptable to many different decades, many different eras,
Yeah.
you can do what you want with it.
Kind of like the Shrek.
Yeah, Shrek. Yeah, get all sorts of modern music in it and everything. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. Well, Malden, make sure you go and see this. It's going to be great. Good night.
Hey, you, get out of the dock and into the zone.